Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing this February the 20th, 2025. Daily XRP, gold, and silver bullion and cryptocurrency video you've come to expect, love, need, and deserve from the #1 cryptocurrency influencer in the sphere, J, coming from the great state of Michigan. And remember to bell notification, comment down below, subscribe and share, and also become members of Jabroni Killers for an industry cheap and best value of $3.99. It's in the video description below or the pinned comment. You can also use my links for Robinhood and Coinbase. I still don't want to buy you the links that I do trade with, and that seems to be malfunctioning today. There we go. And if we look at Bitcoin dominance, we did have a nice return rally in some of the coins today. Bitcoin dominance today has been sideways. It's trading on this consolidation above the 58.51% dominance level, below the 64.31 spike high that we had back here. That we had back there on early February the 3rd, right? And we do know if Bitcoin dominance spikes like this, I know this is a broken record, Bitcoin dominance spikes, altcoins dump. Bitcoin dominance comes down, altcoins will have a rally. It's inversely correlated. If we look at the Bitcoin price, you can see we had a nice rally today in the Bitcoin price, right up to about the 50-day moving average in the daily time frame. And as we do know, the 50-day is trading sideways, and with the last 3-day pump, it was trading down. Now it's trading sideways. But we're going to have to see, after it got bounced off again, the 100-day moving average, we're going to have to see there in blue if it can now break above the 100-day, or if it's just going to get rejected like it's been for about the last 6 to 10 days. It's just been trading with support and resistance there. As the 50 and the 100 converge, it's tightening like a snake, like a boa constrictor, and it's going to break one way or the other. If it breaks to the upside, you're going to retest that $109,000 high. If it pumps and breaks to the downside, you're going to test the $84,900 level. And we're still watching to see if this is a head inside the macro head and shoulders, short to medium term, topping out reversal pattern potentially, right? If we go into the XLM price, you can see the bearish cross will happen. That is our forecast right there. We'll make that a little bit later so it's easier to tell. See that? We think we're going to have a bearish cross. We are now down to, get out of there, down to about 36, just below 37 cents now. The 100-day is still trading sideways. The XLM price tried to rally, but it's coming up against the 100-day moving average, which is major upper resistance. And then we have our major lower support at the 200-day moving average down there at 28 cents. Nothing has changed here in the last 7 to 10 days. As long as we're below this 43 cents, we're short to medium term bearish. And if we breach the 200-day, we're likely to come down to that 18-cent level, right? So that's what we're watching. XRP, we're still seeing if this is a head and shoulders, short to medium term topping out reversal pattern. The 200-day moving average is actually trended slightly up. The 100-day is still moving up, and the 200-day is moving up. And it's sitting at about $1.75 now. This head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern, if this is the right shoulder that we're building, that ad nauseum we've been talking about with the left shoulder, the head, and the potential right shoulder. And as you know, we've kept you out ahead of this and started forecasting this. Could be a potential pattern when only this was known right here, right? When only that was known. We didn't have any of the other data past that red square, and we were forecasting / theorizing that is what we could be in. And then we dumped down with the big wick right here. We're going to move this out of the way. We dumped down with the big wick right there. and almost came down to the 200-day moving average on a 50% dump. And then we said we would look to build the right shoulder out, and that's exactly what we're doing. We could go as high as $2.99 on a peak in the right shoulder, but as soon as we slip that $2.56, which straddling the 150-day moving average, we're likely to come down to this $2.07 neckline again, right? So that's what we're watching out there. AMP is trying to hold face here where it's at. We had a bearish cross. Now you can see where the 100-day is at 0.00657, and the 50-day has crossed and come underneath it now at 0.00652. The 200-day has trended down to 0.00614, and the price is holding on a major wick bottom support zone. And if we can pump from here, we could try to have a decent little rally for a day or two, all the way up back to the 50, which would be a 22% gain, but still minuscule in comparison to where the price is. But if we fail to hold this, there could be a much bigger dump coming all the way down to this low level down here where this recent pump started at 0.00137. This video is going to be shorter today because the voice is still not all the way there. We're still under the weather slightly, but we're getting better. You can see the 100-day moving average in Hbar or Hendra. We're commencing close to a bearish cross. 25 cents is the 50. The 100-day moving average is running parallel at 19 cents. We're in this M-topping reversal pattern, which is simply top one, top two, neckline support, top of the double top to the neckline, measured move, targeted move, brings you down to 15 cents. And I do believe that's where this price is ultimately headed. XTC, this is a hidden head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern that if it plays and holds true, we're coming down to the 4 cent level, right? The top part of this yellow orange trading resistance box. If we go in here and look at some Bitcoin news, I thought I'd seen something while I was at work earlier. What did I have here? Thought there was something interesting that I seen. On-chain metrics reveal the most critical resistance. A Ripple CTO explains main difference between XRP and Bitcoin. Maybe it was in XRP that we seen. Excuse me. Told you we're still not feeling the greatest. Here we go. This is the news. SEC from Cointelegraph acknowledges 3-spot XRP ETF filings could trigger rally to $6. XRP price has rallied more than 15% since the close on February 6th, following the cryptocurrency market downturn. Drawdown. While most altcoins have struggled to establish a recovery, XRP weekly chart has received plugins for a bullish outlook. SEC goes on a spot XRP ETF acknowledges spree. The recent bullish activity around the XRP can be associated with its ETF news, with the SEC acknowledging another spot ETF filing submitted by CoinShare via NASDAQ. This is the 4th spot XRP ETF filing that has received the initial nod from the SEC following Grayscale 21 shares and Bitwise. The commission has acknowledged the ETF filing on behalf of Wisdom Tree and Canary Capital, as reported by Cointelegraph. Brazil Security Commission, Comissão de Valores, something, also approved the nation's first spot XRP ETF presented by Hashdex NASDAQ XRP Index Fund. However, the spot ETF is not live for trading yet, with Hashdex announcing further details will be released soon. XRP price dropped 26% during the first week of February, while prices have jumped almost 20% since. wipe out XRP futures. OI has jumped by only 600 million after dropping by 4 billion in value. This implies that relatively low volume of trading activity controls the current price action, which can be manipulated and volatile, right? So we're going to pay attention to that. What's going on with the spot ETFs? I told you this was going to be a short update because my voice. We're going to look at some of the gold and silver bullion stocks. And a surprise turn of events, we had B2 Gold, which missed earnings by about 82%. We would have expected a dump, but we've had a nice rally of about 4 to 9% at its peak today, and it closed at about 5%. And if we go to the weekly time frame, or the daily time frame, excuse me, is what I wanted, you can see we're trying to get above the 100-day moving average. Every time we nip above there, we get shot down, and now we're back above it for the first time since back here in November of 2024 when we had a big dump. And this has been underperforming the gold market as the 200-day moving average is on top right now at $2.79. You would like to see the 50-day on top of that. So we're waiting to see if we can start getting some bullish crosses and taking with a clone. The 100-day moving average is down here at 268. And if we clone this, the 50-day is starting to uptrend fast on this most recent pump. And it's sitting down there at about $2.58. And a bullish cross is the opposite of the bearish cross, is where we can get the short-term moving average that's sitting underneath the 100-day moving average and the 200-day to get the 50-day to be on top of those two would be a bullish cross. And we're going to see if we can't start to pump this price up and get up near this $3.58 again, which is a major resistance box. And you can see we got harshly rejected here back in the late summer and early to mid-fall of 2024. And I do believe this is going to rally because if we go at some point, not only is the gold bullion price at all-time highs and nearly reaching a $3,500 target, it's about to hit $3,000 for the first time ever. We've been in a falling wedge for 5 years, ever since August of 2020 top at about $7.36. These are bearish continuation patterns, but bullish reversal patterns at the bottom. And you can see there was a falling wedge there, and a technical target is at the top of the wedge, and then you'll likely overshoot. And that's what it did after a falling wedge that started in 2012 and ended in 2016, and then had a ferocious rally when it finally ended. Could this be the start of that ferocious rally? Time will tell the next 1 to 2 months if this was the start and the end of this falling channel. And if it is, we're going to start taking out some of these lower or some of these upper targets. And before you know it, we'll be at $4 or $5 a share. We do own quite a bit, about 3,000 shares of that. Kinross Gold just took out last week when we got up to about $12.50 was its peak that it hit. It took out a 13-year high from January of 2012. We've had a little bit of a consolidation since then, but the bull market is still in full effect. And I do believe that we're going to reach the $20 target before this bull run ends, and I'm very bullish on this, and I own 400 shares. Barrick Gold, after it had a nice rally last year, was in this rising wedge. And those are bullish continuation patterns, but bearish reversal patterns. And a technical target could be the bottom of the wedge. But I think this is going to break back up to the upside. And I think Barrick Gold is going to 25. And then eventually I think Barrick Gold's going to 50. It's just going to take some time as we're going to continue to watch the charts. These videos will get back to the normal long format and more informative as the next couple of days go by. I am feeling better, but we are still not there. We need a couple of more days. Be patient. Peace and love. I haven't forgot or will never forget about the beautiful audience. Peace and love. Jade.